Yeah, so we are so happy to see you here in France, in Brittany. So how do you guys feel here with the rain, this beautiful rain? How do you feel today?
Great, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't mind rain. It's
Yeah, you guys are.
Rain is actually really nice to have, especially during summer, because there are too many hot days and it's really difficult to work. But obviously the rain can also sometimes ruin certain shows. We had some bad experience with rain where the light was turning off and we couldn't start the show. We had to cut certain songs during our performance. The light would go off. So of course it's more dangerous, and we understand that not everybody likes to be under the rain. So when it comes to quality of people's energy and quality of people's attention, is a little different with rain. We're not gonna be lying about it. Everybody knows, right? But I mean, it gives you a little bit of fresh air if it happens that you're on stage. So we don't mind.
Okay.
You can make shower if you want.
Yeah, of course.
Free shower, yeah. And this is not, it's not effective.
No.
Ouais, je fais bien le micro sinon.
Next question.
Les enfants.
Okay.
So,
Hello, my name is Dorian from the collective Les Petits Métalleux. We are conducting a report on the world of children in the metal scene and how metal is perceived in countries other than ours.
I did not understand the question. Can we
En
do it
français?
one more time?
en français, dis-moi.
He want to.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's a collective.
Yes, I understood that.
Just
Yes,
teenager.
Yes.
We are recording a report of the role of children
Okay.
in the metal scene.
Okay.
And how metal is perceived in countries over France.
Well, it would be difficult for us to know how is actually the. Do you need us to hold this?
Oh, thank you so
No
much.
problem. Do we have enough? I like this. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's plastic
I want
free.
a microphone like this. I think it's difficult for us to say what is exactly what other countries have to offer when it comes to metal for the youth. I only hope that our music can be accessible for the youth as well as the adults, and that the younger generations can understand what we are singing about, what we are trying to deliver. So we invite younger generation to be part of festivals and shows all the time. Often our fans say, I have a child, but maybe he needs to grow up, and I'm always asking why. There are ear protections for children for metal shows and stuff like that. Our shows are children friendly for sure.
Aww.
That's all I can say.
On va traduire.
Next question.
Next question.
I have a question. So why is this style of music rather than others?
What is the style of music exactly you think we have?
Difficult to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I can't answer your question. I don't think nobody can. Metal, yes, we have a special love, special place in our heart for metal music. We've all been listening to metal since we were children. But metal is not the only genre that we listen to. We listen to all kinds of music. We just prefer to create in this genre, and we like to mix it up. So I can we can ask the composers of the music. Why this specific genre of music and not something else for third degree?
Why not R&B music or or rap?
There's nothing wrong. There's
I
nothing
know,
wrong
I
with
know
that.
that. That's
It's a very
smart.
hard decision
Yeah, I know.
to choose a music style. We actually maybe had a different view in the beginning, but then music tells you what to do, not you are deciding what
Yeah.
genre to take. So this one we have very different sounds, different songs, because from time to time we have different moods and we use different elements from other genres. But metal is the easiest for us.
So I want to ask also another question. So what was your influences when you were young? What music did you listen to?
You start. You have
Yeah.
I listened to Nirvana. I grew up on Nirvana and also the Prodigy and I also back then was listening to many different bands and so on. But probably the biggest influence is Nirvana, where everything started.
The Prodigy played at Hellfest this year.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So did you saw
No,
it?
we didn't see them, but I follow.
Can you give?
Sorry. Yes, I follow Maxime from Prodigy. I think his persona on stage is absolutely amazing, and I've always loved Prodigy as well growing up. I've seen them live a couple of times. We haven't been at the show now because we were on tour ourselves, but I'll gladly watch them live whenever I have a chance, for sure.
Yeah, the first band I ever listened to was Red Hot Chili Peppers, and it's basically one of the main reasons I started to play bass, because the bass is very prominent in their music. And right after, I start listening more to metal music because my mother has always been metalhead. So that's how I was introduced to the genre, and so I started with Metallica, Rob Zombie, and many others.
Yeah, that's cool to hear.
It is hard to say what came actually first. I think mainly because of MTV when I was a teenager. MTV used to be really fun and cool, and it was not discriminating when it comes to metal. And I also discovered for myself a lot of music. That's when I started understanding that music really speaks to me. I loved many bands, but in the alternative genre, Nirvana was one of the first ones for me as well. I was like 13 years old. But I continued listening to radio stations because that was the only place I could hear music besides MTV at the time.
Yeah.
And the only accessible radio station when I was a teenager was this Russian radio station that had a couple of hours in Moldova as well, which was mainly they had alternative and metal Russian bands. Some bands not necessarily from Russia, but from ex-USSR as well, for sure. So I've discovered a lot of music thanks to that radio station. I'm gonna be honest. I was calling to you could call and sing a piece of a song that you want to play, and that was like probably my first time I was ever singing. It's over the phone to a radio station. So that was really cool, but slowly I started discovering that music really is important for me and I have to have it. So I invested in cassettes when I first had the cassette player, and I remember I bought with my very first money, I bought 2 albums that really significantly helped me understand some more in heavier music, and I bought Slipknot Iowa and I bought Sepultura Roots, but I did not know what I'm buying. I didn't know the bands. No one told me who they were. I just liked the covers and I bought it. So I still, till this day, love these 2 albums very much.
Oh, that's cool to hear.
For me, actually, I was very small, and my father sometimes tell me, listen this solo, some Pink Floyd. He liked a lot Pink Floyd, and just listen this solo. It's cool. And of course, after this, me and my brother started listening to Nirvana, like BTK. Nirvana changed our life.
I feel like Nirvana is a big influence and infected me in a way or another. For sure.
For our ears, Yeah.
That's really cool. Nice to hear from your background in music. So, I don't know, do you guys have another question about...
Yep. Yes, of course.
Tu veux
Don't be
une
shy.
autre question? Allez. We
In
love
French?
those kids. Really, they are our kids too. So, very proud.
In French, it's try to stumble upon metal by chance. Often, it's parents who introduce their children to it. It's less common to convert a friend. How do people in Moldova get into metal?
Okay. How do,
It's hard to understand because of the noise.
So how do people... Ouais. Tu veux que tu veux le lire ou tu veux que je le fasse? Vas-y. Ça va aller? C'est laquelle?
La bleue.
I am so sorry. It's only because of the
Okay.
noise.
No,
Please
no,
don't take it personal.
Okay.
He's shy.
Yeah, no, it's the noise. Yes.
Obviously, what I understand, the parents introduce metal to kids.
Yeah.
So how the kids, c'est ça? Comment, how the people in Moldova get into metal?
They don't.
They don't. They don't, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Moldova is a very small country, and being a very small ex-USSR country limits certain things.
Okay.
Of course, when I say certain, I really mean certain things, only because our parents and grandparents used to live in the USSR era where not much was available, not much was accessible, and not much was even permitted. So definitely our grandparents and parents' age didn't have the chance to share a big knowledge of music, specifically in metal, because it's so different to our generation or generation younger than us. I have younger sisters, and I had to introduce them to metal and to music in general. They are not metalheads, but they adore metal. They listen to different music, and I'm very proud of that. I unfortunately did not have a parent in my case that like Eugene, that was sharing some music with me. But every family is very different. If you come from a family that travels some more, it's completely different. And of course, Italy not being ex-USSR country, you see the difference how the mother would go to metal festivals and take the child with her. That's amazing. Like certain stories she's telling me, absolutely amazing. We love her mom so much. She's so cool.
Big up to the mom.
Yeah.
Also, she's a mom, and this is her son.
My son
There you
Yes.
go.
and my
Amazing.
son.
There you go.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing.
So
He
that's
work with me,
Great job.
and my other son work for the another media.
Yes,
the Petit
absolutely
Métalleux.
amazing.
Yes, a radio.
Great job.
Yes,
Great job. Absolutely. For both of you.
and photographer.
Beautiful. That's all in the family.
so maybe
Yes.
another question, or can I?
Yeah, no problem. Of course.
Yeah, you turn over to your
Yes.
composer. No, I'm not. I don't. You have a sort of routine when you go composing, starting the songs the songs generally, or is it like compose and you just go by it, or do you? What's your routine to
What's the
get your
routine
song
to
working?
compose?
It's always slightly different from album to album, and the last album we had a new setup, new everything, and we had to start to learn to work in this new setup, and this is why it was special, this album that we released time. And the next album, I think it will be also something very different, not music-wise, but
Style
how,
of
yeah,
composing,
yeah, how we will work on it.
Do you produce your material yourself, or
No, we write the band music, and when it's like the songs are done, we record it at home. But then we record
work
it
with the
properly already
producer,
for the
yeah.
album. But we have reproductions, of course, so we can listen many times what we need to fix and stuff.
So how do you go? You come up with the things like, is it like you composing, writing personally, or is it like you working all together to get something out?
No, everybody can write something and or put a song together or take another song and work on that direction. So there's always something to work on. Some songs are done right away. It's like nothing to say. Some songs takes more time and involves the whole band to create different elements. So it's very different always. Yeah, normally we would have many songs written already during the whole time between the albums. It doesn't matter if we stop. If we just released an album, we already would write. So in this case, it probably will be a little bit different this time.
All right. And I can ask a silly question, but what's the dog's input on all the song composing?
Therapy.
Good.
Therapy. It's her main task is therapy for everybody, but especially for me. The lyrics can get quite emotional, and she's always in the studio with me to help me. And, yeah.
Does she sometimes agree or disagree to some
She always
parts?
agrees. She's a big fan. Number one.
Perfect.
Fan number one.
Yes.
My number one and security.
And
Security, of course.
Yes.
Security.
Yes. Absolutely.
Little
Yes.
Okay.